guys, I hope everybody's doing well. So we are going to take a look and see what is coming towards you. And I already did a complete reading with the same oracles for my members page. So y'all that are members, please go over and take a look at that. It's basically this whole entire reading. I'm just doing a different one for the YouTube portion. And then also there is another reading of what you need to know that is going to be on my members page too. I just haven't got it uploaded yet. So y'all keep an eye out for that. And if you're interested in being a member, information for that's down below. Right now, I'm not very consistent over there. I'm being honest. I wish I was more consistent, but life kind of has gotten in the way. But there is a lot of videos from my archives that are on there, and just a lot of different kind of videos over there from what I do here. There's more of focused on your person and your person's feelings and stuff like that that's over there on my members page. So if you're interested in for that, it's down below. Also, I am open for personal readings right now. And I'm also doing a special still for the shorter version of the You and Them. So if you're interested in that, it's below as well. Okay, guys, so let's get started. So this is the Sacred Destiny Oracles. And I'm going to give these a quick shuffle, and then we're going to pull all the cards out. And we're going to do 4 piles, of course, for what you need to know or what is coming towards you. This is kind of like a mix, and I figured this out when I did the members portion. I feel like this is going to be about what is coming towards you, but what you need to know about that. And obviously that's what the reading is consist of, but I realized I've been doing readings on what you need to know and then doing readings on what's coming towards you, and those are kind of merged really. So just keep that in mind whenever I'm doing this reading. I kind of had to figure that out as I went in the members video. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Okay, so pile 1, what's coming towards you? We have, oh, love. This is one of my favorites, of course. It's got all the flowers on it. Okay, so pile 2, taking risk. Okay. Pile 3, y'all have embracing. So pretty. And pile 4, y'all have diligence. Now this is one of the cards that actually came out in the members portion, so that's interesting. Okay, so if you need it, there's always that timestamp down below where you can just kind of pause the video right there, kind of set your intentions of what you really need to gain from this reading about what's coming towards you and what all information you need to know about that would be helpful or useful for your highest good. Kind of just glaze over the cards and close your eyes and see if there's anything that stands out to you. This is kind of a fun way of picking a card. Sometimes when we close our eyes, we have like an image or something that pops in our head, and then when you open your eyes, which pile you feel most drawn to. But just be sure and set those intentions, okay? So that being said, timestamps for everything will be down below, and I will see you at your pile. Hey, pile 1. So if you chose love, this is going to be reading. Now we're talking about what's coming towards you. So for some of y'all, of course you chose this card, right? Love. We all want some endless amount of love, right? So you have these, so let's talk about this card first before I get into it. You have these like pillars that are here, which kind of, I'm trying to think of, really, it reminds me of like the Two of Wands, but it's a little bit different. These are more stable, so it's more kind of like a Two of Pentacles energy. But you could be faced with some kind of decision here is what's coming towards you when it comes to love. And I feel like there may be some conflict that's stirring up about this, or what decision to make. For some of you, this could simply be about love or being, single. A choice in maybe 2 people, or a choice in choosing yourself or being with someone else. You know, it's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but I just feel choices here. Something solid, something that would be stable. So like an Ace of Pentacles energy, some kind of a solid offer here in some way. There's this idea of growth and blooming with these flowers that are this idea of this decision based off of what you want, you know, like as far as growth and manifestation, like what you really want. I also feel isolation here. So you may find yourself in a place of isolation as you're kind of trying to figure this out. What I mean by that is you may be distancing yourself, you know, from your normal routines or just kind of sticking to the routine that you have, and just a little different for everybody, but it's kind of just keeping yourself away from other energies as much while you're kind of going through this thought process. Okay. I actually want to start with the answer oracles, but I have a bunch of other oracles that I'm going to use. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up the video, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up all of the oracles that I'm going to use. And that way you don't have to kind of stick around for that. Definitely saves on time. And y'all know I have an issue with time. So I'm going to speed the video up now, and I'll see y'all in just a second. Okay, guys. So real quick before we get started, my neighbor that lives down the street, something's going on over there since this morning, and the emergency vehicles have already been there and they left, and now they're back and they're going to have to care flat somebody. So I'm just going to ask that y'all say just a little quick prayer for me. Kind of send some love or loving energy that direction. Just say Holly's neighbor. Actually, when that care flat comes, I'm going to have to pause the video perhaps because, you know, it's going to be probably loud. Okay. So, the answer oracles, we're going to start here. We have passion. Well, so far this looks good. I wish I could just wrap it up here with love and passion. You have a grilled cheese here. It could be relevant for someone. But there's two of them, so it's like sharing something with somebody. But you have hobbies, preferences, and interest here. So, let's see. Treatment. Just what the doctor ordered, huh? That's crazy. Because I just got done telling y'all my story. So bizarre. Okay, let's just keep going. This does say healing, comfort, surgery, and repair. You have overconfidence and triumph. And then you also have the Kipper card here with great fortune, number 26. Something you see is very valuable. Wanting to be successful. And, okay, so here's the deal. I do feel like that there's some sort of love that's coming in. I feel like initially you're going to feel like this is exactly what you need or exactly what you feel like you needed. This is someone, or this could even be for some of you, an actual passion when it comes to love. It doesn't have to be strictly a person. It doesn't have to be a relationship. This could also, you know, be some sort of new interest or hobby that you have, where you feel as if it's something that provides you with what you need right now. So take that how it resonates. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit different for all of you as what aspect of life this is. But the overall energy is something that is more of a new love for you in your life, okay? Or a possibility for that, at least. You have this overconfidence here. I'm going to show y'all this card because they're funny. But you see how confident he looks right there, and then she is looking at him like, yeah, I know exactly what you're thinking. So there is this feeling here of feeling as if like maybe you don't want to be too confident here in this, or you're seeing someone else as being, you don't want to be overconfident here. You don't want to be too cocky here in some kind of way. Because it's choking the chicken there, right? You could be looking at someone else in this way, okay? And this triumph here, obviously, I feel like whatever this is, person, place, or thing, it is something that other people may be kind of downing or disliking in some kind of way that you're doing. I don't know what this is about. So there could be not very many people around you that have your that are supportive of this in some kind of way. And there's this idea that you have of wanting to prove others wrong. This is like the Six of Wands. So overconfidence and ego. So there's an ego at play here with this, and the ability you have whether to pull this off or not, or like I said here, a decision of you don't want to be overconfident here, but you also, there's another part of you that wants to prove others wrong, especially if this is a passion of some sort that you have, okay? In Great Fortune, number 26, I feel like 26 could be important to you. That could be a particular day. That could be an age. February the 6th could even be something that's there, or 2 and 6. But with Great Fortune, I feel like that this is something that is like the golden ticket, right? You see like this as being that opportunity for you to have something good, something great. And this is what your goal is here. I feel like this is what you really want. There's that decision with the 2. And then that 6 would be this, and also she's representing throwing the flowers, which you have here, on the ground there, or for everybody, right? She's in the clouds. And there's that statue here again. For somehow or another, if this is a hobby or something like that, you could be like supporting others in some kind of way. And this is like your goal. This is like really what you're thinking about. Trying to prove others wrong and support others. I feel like for some of y'all, this could be some kind of career or hobby or interest that you have in some way. It's something to do about this may being right for you, but there is a little bit of like a disconnect with making that final decision, I feel like, or sticking to something. Yeah, because this involves you taking action, making a decision, and giving in some way. So whether that's a relationship and you're having to take the action and give to that relationship, or say whether or not, or if this is some kind of hobby or interest or something where you're trying to make that decision if you still want to continue to give to this, or should you give to this. And so you're kind of like weighing the pros and the cons of it. But I think your ultimate goal here is that you see it as a good fortune, or it could be, right? Okay. Interesting. Gosh, guys, I'm really worried now about that house down there because I know who they are. And one of them is a local police officer, and I know his wife, and they have a son that's one of my son's age. Okay. I tell y'all what, this eclipse season is something else, right? Something else. This is the fairy oracles, which I just realized y'all are not going to believe this because y'all are going to think that I'm making this up. I swear I'm not making this up, and to be honest, I don't care if you believe me or not, because this is crazy similar to this card. And I set this out for the first pile, but I did not see the card prior to that. So that's crazy. I know some of you are like, yeah, right. That's the truth, though. That's more for me, I think. For me and my intuition and knowing that I'm on the right track here. Okay. Tell me about pile 1. What is coming towards pile 1? What is coming towards pile 1? There's the Page of Swords in the reverse. This can be like that contemplation, right? What is coming towards pile 1? You have the Star in reverse. Aquarius energy. This is you thinking about what it is that you really want. So this is what's coming towards you, having to do this. Ten of Pentacles. There's that great fortune that's right there, right in the middle. And you have the Two of Swords. There's your decision. Needing to make a decision. That's very clear. This involves you giving the say-so on it about something. Look at there, Ace of Wands. There's the passion. There's the hobby, the passion, making a decision here. Okay. So you are going to be faced with this, and this in some way just maybe an opportunity you haven't seen yet. But let's look more into the Page of Swords. There goes my voice. I'm sorry. Temperance. Trying to... Sorry, guys. You're going to have to hold on just 1 second. Okay, so here's the thing. I clicked off because I had to clear my throat. And I thought that I clicked back on. I have this new like clicker thing that I'm trying to use. I'm not using that anymore now because it did not click back on like I thought it did. And so I actually had all the cards out here on the bottom, which were awesome. It was going great. And then I realized I hadn't pushed it right like I thought. So that being said, there may be something here that causes a shift to take place that may be somewhat out of your control or unexpected, that can cause this whole thing to kind of shift to where maybe you're not in this thinking idea of thinking as much as you are now, but I know this is what's coming towards you. So I feel like the timeline obviously could be different for everybody. Some of y'all may be already kind of experiencing this, just making this decision. I just feel like there's something that could affect the outcome, okay? Some kind of shift or something that comes in. Okay. Six of Pentacles is here, which is one of the cards that already came out. And this one too, the King of Pentacles. Wow. Actually, this was here and this one was here prior. What does that mean? There's a switch of energy that took place. That King of Cups that's here, that Scorpio energy was here with the Two of Swords, which was about making that decision. I just got done saying that this could shift your decision making. So now it's focused on that Ten of Pentacles, where this King of Cups is more in this, thinking about this Ten of Pentacles, the stability, the foundation. This could be someone here as well that you see as that potential foundation for you. Could see someone as a King of Pentacles and see them as someone that is reliable, dependable. If this is your energy, you could see something as important to you, reliable and dependable. So I do feel like y'all actually have, this is the direction that I feel like that you're actually headed in, is thinking about the practicability of this is how you're going to get to that decision. God, I hope that made sense, because I know it was kind of confusing. So the Six of Pentacles here in reverse with that star is kind of like saying, well, I'm not going to know for sure until I try something, or I'm not going to know until I get there, you know, that kind of a feeling. So it's like you've settled this with your mind at this point, to where now you're thinking about the, now you feel in control of your emotions and what you see as far as the potential that's here, and you're kind of sitting on that, you're stuck on that. Okay, so the energy's just shifted on me. Why is that Two of Swords still here then? Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is where the planning goes into play. Now you have to make this kind of like final decision by putting this into action. With that Two of Wands being in reverse, I did mention the Two of Wands here with y'all's card, which the sun is on, which is so pretty now. That Two of Wands being in reverse is when you are indecisive about which route should you take now that you've had this understanding with yourself. Okay. Let me put that into perspective, actually. Also, I keep tasting like fruit, like something green, maybe, like a melon or something like that. And then now I feel like that. I feel like a gasp or a butterflies or something like that in my stomach. It's weird. I think this has to do with like finally biting into something that is you are taking action towards it, like you are saying yes to whatever it is. But let's keep going. Why is that ace? So you go from the 2 to the ace. So the ace is there. This is more like, okay, now I know which direction I'm going to take. Now I can start planning. Start thinking about the future. Start thinking about where I'm headed in. Start paving the road to that direction. But you're still kind of thinking about, okay, what do I want this to actually, like, what's the next step in this, or which direction do I need to? It's like you're going into planning mode of it, right? Even if this is a relationship or someone new, it's the same thing. Ace of Wands, Nine of Swords. There's a lot of, that's that feeling. I was just feeling. It's like a feeling of butterflies when there's something new. Like this Ace of Wands is this passion energy. It's like you're finally like releasing or allowing yourself to be excited here about something and be passionate about something. But there's nervousness with it, which is this overconfidence energy. It's like, I don't want to be too cocky. I don't want to be too nervous here. I don't want to be and mess something up, right? Yeah, it's like, I don't know, I'm getting this idea of my son driving where I know he's really good at driving, right? He can go into the city and drive on the freeway, and he's great. He is a good driver. He gets more upset with me telling him too much information all at once. But he's super smart, and he's a good driver. But when he goes to take the test, it's that nervousness that kicks in, and then it's like, I don't want to mess this up, but you're so nervous. You want to do it right. You want it to go well. You fall into excitement. That's when you start to fall into that place where you're like allowing yourself to feel all the feelings, to dream about the potential, to believe in yourself, to move forward in this direction. It's exciting and it brings butterflies, but it also brings a lot of nervousness. That's the feeling that's here. It feels pretty good, actually. But it is also very nerve-wracking, right? And I think some of this might have to do with this here. Other people and what other people may say, or what other people are saying, or whoever's in your ear over here about this. It's funny, too, here, because you have that direction they're both looking. And you know how they have, like, their abdomen or stomach kind of, or pelvis, I guess, in a way, kind of like tilted, like they're real relaxed, like they're let their knees drop. Just being real relaxed feeling. He even has his hand in his pocket. It's like not minding all of this. Like, it doesn't matter anymore because what anyone else has to say or all of that. Because despite you being nervous, you still believe in yourself and you're very excited about this. Or you regain that even for some of you. You have the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is great. And I didn't mention that here. And this is the Six of Wands in the tarot. This is the Vision of Life tarot, actually. So the Six of Wands is about being successful. And so I think that you will be successful here. I think what shifts is when you get this opportunity, and this opportunity comes through you. It comes through what you've wanted, right? What you've been trying to gain or manifest. You've gotten yourself this far. If this is love, this is your own growth, and being able to discern what's right and what's wrong for you. If this is a hobby or something like that, you've gotten yourself up to this point to where you believe in yourself that you can move forward, or you can make something out of this, or you can, this is exactly what you need, The thing is that despite us manifesting those opportunities or getting those opportunities for what we want, whether that's spirit or a manifestation in some way that's coming in, it's up to us what to do with it. And here we're just seeing you play out, what am I going to do with it? But I think ultimately you are successful. I think it's this, whatever's this outside shift. And this could just be you, I guess, coming to terms with this. What you need to focus on here. But that 10 of Pentacles with that King of Cups is definitely, let me get one more for that, actually. The 10 of Cups. Okay. Is there anything else here? There's your balance there. The 3 of Wands. This is expansion and growth. This is where you're headed, okay? When it comes to your emotional self, when it comes to your physical self, there's a sense of balance and stability that's here. And you're using your desire, your dreams, like what you feel like is going to make you emotionally fulfilled. You're using all that as tools to pave the road forward. So you're going for it. This is like believing in yourself and going for it. And you're expanding, you're growing, you're maturing, you're leveling up. You know what I mean? This is what we're seeing. This is what's coming towards you. Page of Wands in reverse. It just comes sooner than expected, I feel like, here too. That's why the nervousness may be a big part of this. This opportunity or this thought process or this chance of something, right? It comes sooner than you expected it to. And it's almost like you're having to... Some of you, this is like having to think about a route or something that you never thought you would be in that direction. Okay, anyway. What's going to happen here moving forward? What's the future of this? Future potential of this moving forward? The Queen of Wands. That's definitely feeling confident here. The Nine of Cups in the reverse. Oh, that's interesting. And the Ten of Swords. How interesting is that? Okay, so why is this interesting? I don't think that I don't think that you follow through with this. Some of you may not completely follow through with this. You may change your mind. You may go in a different direction. But the point is that you know that you have control in where this is heading, and you have more confidence here in the situation. That Nine of Cups in reverse is basically her looking at that Nine of Cups going, I have confidence that if I'm not happy here at whatever point, that I can change it. I can end it. I can move in a different direction. Like, you feel in control in this. Like, you either mentally, like you're saying to yourself, if this doesn't work out, or if I don't feel good here, then I have the ability to close this out and do something different. Or it's like you don't have any, how do I say that? You have faith in it. It's if it's meant to be, it will be. And you're not really in a place to where you are. Some of you, honestly, you may be ending something else. There may be some kind of an ending that's going on here, and this is what you're deciding about. And because you're unhappy somewhere, and you have confidence in yourself that you will, like, survive through this, or this is the direction that you're needing to take for your highest good. This is the outcome. So can you give me any more information about the Queen of Wands, High Priestess, Queen of Swords? Yeah, you're listening to your intuition and you're confident, Pisces and Sagittarius. Why is the Nine of Cups in the reverse for what's going to happen here? The Three of Cups. Tell me about the Ten of Swords. The Hanged Man in reverse. That's interesting. You have the Moon here in reverse. Something being shown to you. Ace of Swords, yeah. Seven of Cups in reverse. Oh, this is going to sound really strange. I should have just left it the way it was, to be honest. In the future, you're going to be shown something here that you're not, this is not being happy with the relationship or that connection or whatever this is, this opportunity here. It's somehow or another you're not satisfied here with it. And in order to get yourself unstuck, you make a choice to end whatever this is. This is having a breakthrough here with that Ace of Swords. It's okay to say when you have a new opportunity and it comes in and it can bring you abundance or its potential. It's okay, and it's most importantly very valuable if you can listen to your intuition and say, but is this what's good for me? But does this feel good? Is this what I really want? It's okay to change your mind. It's okay, because what you're doing is you're listening to your intuition. And if you're confident in that, you'll get yourself far, because you're not over questioning yourself if what's right, what's wrong, what's right, what's wrong. You're just listening to yourself, and you trust yourself. And the more you trust yourself, the easier life can get, especially when it comes to making big decisions. And I think that this is something that you're looking at it and you're saying, you know, I see the truth here. I don't feel like this is for me. I think somewhere down the line, this is the direction that you take. And I think that you get yourself unstuck from that by knowing that you have the control to just end it. King of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, Page of Pentacles in the reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse, Cancer energy, and the Moon, Pisces, Cancer. So what's being revealed to you here, I do feel like that, I think it has to do with your emotional self. I feel like there's something that's shifted or changed when it comes to your emotions here. And how you once felt. You know, it's almost like the passion kind of dies out and then the stability comes into play, and it's like, well, this isn't actually what I want. Once the fire kind of dies out and you're faced with like the stability, you're faced with, you know, the practicability, like we talked about before, you're saying, you know what, I don't think this is exactly what I want. And that's okay. That Page of Pentacles in reverse and that King of Pentacles, I do feel like that there's some sort of you having a breakthrough here and seeing what you want to do in a situation. And I feel like some of you, this may be some sort of a lesson that you've already learned. You're just making your way through this lesson a lot quicker because you trust yourself more. Or this is what you're kind of wrapping this up as. This is very interesting. This was not the way I was thinking this was going to go at all. I mean, I feel like for some of y'all, this is just like a very significant lesson that you may be experiencing or going through, but you're just like, you're just going through it. And I think you take a chance here of some sort. You make a decision. Some of you may make a decision that this just isn't the route you want to take. And you may be doing something differently here. And that's nerve-wracking, right? But you're still following your intuition. ultimately, you feel stuck in situation and you're getting yourself out of it. Okay. What advice do you have for pile 1 with what's coming towards them? Good news is coming in. You have number 64 here. The wait is over. Expect to receive news to an important issue that will have a positive outcome. You have the spiritual rebirth, number 1. Yeah. Let go of your old self and allow the authentic self to emerge to reunite your soul with the divine source. See this, how she's calling? You know, I feel like that shift that we saw whenever the video didn't play out right, and then those 2 cards switching like that. I feel like that switch that comes in, you could get some kind of good news here from someone or something. It could be some kind of issue that you've been experiencing or going through in some way, and there's some kind of news that may come in that shifts your train of thought to where it's not as intense of a decision for you to make. This good news helps you have the incentive to make the choice that you need to make for yourself. I don't know what it is, okay? It's going to be different for everybody. But you get some kind of news. I do feel like it brings in some confidence. Number 1 here, spiritual rebirth with the old self and allow the authentic self to emerge. That's what we're seeing here. It's you doing what you need to do for yourself here and allowing yourself to do something in a different way from what you've done before. That's what we're seeing. And you're going to see that too when you experience this. You're going to feel stronger too, I feel like, and that's really important. Some of you may have went through a spiritual rebirth. Some of you may have went through an ego death even. Number 40. Number 74. It's funny, we have 64, 1, and then 74. So there is this leveling up here. 10 in between. This is actually the number 10 as well. 1, 1, 1, 1. 10, 1, and this is 11. Number 74. 11, 11. That might mean something to somebody. That's a very powerful spiritual number. Sign if you see that. It says, emerge the dark. Allow yourself to feel and be present to hold and nurture those dark, unlit parts of yourself, and your life will begin to expand because of it. This is you understanding who you really are and trusting in yourself and making decisions based off of that. And this is a level up here. There's this maturity here as far as your soul goes of a lesson that you've learned. And this is how we're seeing this play out. That's so crazy. 54 is at the bottom with power animal. It says connect with your pet or spirit animal on a deeper level so that you can nourish your soul and uplift your spirits. For some of you, there may be a particular spirit animal here that you're needing to kind of use for inspiration even. Okay, one more card and then we'll get some initials. I hope y'all were able to stick with this reading. These readings, I took a little bit of a hiatus because of these energies. They're so intense. There's just some bizarreness that's going on here with them. It's just this eclipse season. It's Virgo, which I just realized that, and I actually did a reading and a new Virgo, or the new moon in Virgo kept coming up. That's when the eclipse is. And so that makes sense. It's about like overanalyzing, and the energies are just like crazy. Look at that, number 15. Increase your knowledge. Well, 15 is the devil in tarot, so learning more about your darker self is really important. When we learn why we do things in the way that we do them and how the negative parts of that affect us, when we learn about ourselves in that way and we become more aware of that, who we are, we're able to trust ourselves and make decisions better. And that's just what we're seeing here. This is what you're going through. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. So being more obsessed with learning about that, perhaps, or just there's something here that you're needing to kind of focus on, keep learning more, keep taking in more information. Okay. Yeah, keep learning. For some of you, this is like keep educating yourself, because I feel like you'll get better and better. I feel like you may retain information well, like able to remember well. That could help with whatever this is, if this is not love for some of you, okay? Just to keep increasing your knowledge there. You don't have a soul, you are a soul. Don't worry about things that you can't control. Yep. Not worrying about how anyone else will react or is reacting is something that's there. And that's an ego thing, right? Go crazy, go stupid. Okay. We have Q, J, A, I, N, C. I heard Janice, N, G, and D. Okay. Janie, January. These are things I'm hearing, not like with these letters, you know. Okay, I can. All right, guys, thanks so much for being here. I really hope this helps. Yeah, y'all let me know. Thanks, guys, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, pile 2. So if you chose taking risk, okay, so I've only just now noticed in this card, and I pulled this card a lot actually, is this is kind of like repetitive, right? You see like all these rocks here and then here and then here, but it's like there's so much distance between each one. Taking risks. There may be something to do with cycles or patterns here. Some kind of stability in a cycle or a pattern. Like you get into something and you start to grow or build, but only go so far, and then you go to the next, and then you get to a certain point, and then it goes so far and you go to the next. I don't know, there's something to do with that repetitiveness. You also have, what is this, a falcon? Is that right? I can't find my book. I take those books and I study them, and then I leave them places. And now I don't remember what I did with the book for this deck, so I would look. But you have the clouds and the parting of the clouds, you know, this rainbowy kind of energy here. So seeing things clearly, soaring above and beyond like whatever the past situations were, and still continuing to take certain kind of risk is something that's here. Okay, so we're talking about what is coming towards you, what you need to know about that. So what I'm going to do is I have a bunch of different oracles here, and I've figured out if I speed this part up, because most of y'all don't watch this anyways, you kind of just skip through it, then that could save on the video, so time-wise. So I'm going to speed this up right here, and I'll see y'all in just a second. Okay, guys, let's see what we got. So we're going to start with the answer oracles first, and we have redemption. Look at that, the clouds. Parting of the clouds. Hope, miracle, and turning point. You have comply here with rules, laws, and unwritten rules. Okay? So redeeming yourself here, complying and redeeming yourself. Written rules, laws, complying, turning point. Some of y'all, okay, hold on, let's get the rest before I go into that. Oh, look at that, ambitions, being kind of closed in here, isolated, but the door's open, so he has the ability to step outside of this anytime he wants. This is like the Eight of Swords. This is actually the Visions of Life Tarot, but I use them as oracles. You see why? This is the Eight of Swords. See, he's kind of, feels like he's kind of stuck in there, but it's by choice. No one's keeping him stuck. No one's keeping him prisoner there. It's funny I said that because of comply. Something on your own free will. You have stress. Okay, so there's, well, hold on. You also have high honor number 25, protecting yourself. High honor, protecting yourself, stress, ambitions, redemption, taking a risk, and comply. I think for some of y'all may be following. This has to do with you breaking away from the herd. That's what this is. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm from Texas, and that is something that makes sense to me. But I'm sure y'all know what I mean, breaking away from the herd. It's like you may be kind of having an idea or thought of like going astray away from, you know, what the, hopefully not the law, but for what the complying to some sort of rule or tradition or something like that. It's like breaking away from tradition. This could also represent that pattern that we talked about here, you know, wanting to break away from the pattern. You have high honor, so this talks about, you know, possibly your boundaries, what's important to you, you honoring yourself. There could be someone else here that you do have honor for, you admire in some kind of way that's important. But you're stressed here about this redemption, but you have hope that this is the right path or right way to go here. Redeeming yourself. You're stressed out here about someone else, like explaining yourself to someone else. There is stress here around this. I do feel like there may be a situation for some of you, you've kind of gotten yourself into some kind of situation and you're needing to protect yourself, but I think there's someone here that you could be worried about facing, because I do feel like you've either, like, you know, you may feel like you've gone astray here or you're going in a different direction, but you have this hope that perhaps you'll be redeemed here in whatever this is. For some of you, this could be someone coming towards you as well, okay? For some of you, I am seeing a little bit of possibly there may be something to do with law or justice here, where you're having to face a situation. But it's something that, like, it's like you're complying. Okay, so that's interesting. But you're nervous here about this because this could be some kind of a big turning point for you, and you're just hopeful that this is like this will work out in have the best outcome. This could be somebody coming towards you. So taking risk is important. All right, we're gonna start with some tarot. Well, we started with this, but we're gonna now go to some tarot. So this is the Mystical Peaks Tarot. I just went blank. The artist, his name's Andrew. I always get his last name wrong. Bulletin, I think. Hopefully that's right. But he also illustrated the Little Leary Tarot, the other newer deck that I have, which is so cute. And he illustrated that one from his daughter. That was his inspiration. Okay, but anyway, sorry. I like the tarot. I'm not trying to sell anything or anything like that. I just like the tarot, guys. It's funny though. In pile 1, this happened too, and I swear to y'all, I am not choosing these because of this. I actually pre-chose all the tarot that I was going to use, and before I even start the reading, I already set everything out. So this is the one I had for pile 2, and look at, you have the mountains that are here and the mountains that are here. On pile 1, it was flowers. Isn't that crazy? Look, here you have the cycles or patterns. The sun is seeing something clearly, the clouds parting. This can be like the compass, following the north node, maybe doing the right thing. You have the Empress here with the Magician in reverse. Got that Virgo energy. Gemini and the Taurus and Libra. Now, why I said Virgo, because this is like the Magician in reverse can be like someone that is not quite figured out what they really want or what a manifestation is or what's going to happen. Like they may feel like they feel confident, but they know they're not in control of something, right? So there's this needing to be smart or be analytical here. Interesting. Okay. I feel like for some of y'all this is, yep, King of Swords here and the Star in reverse. I feel like this may be somebody coming towards you. It's Aquarius energy. They don't have a lot of, there's a lack of hope here. What's coming towards pile? Somebody's doing something logically, right? Smart and being smart. But they don't have a lot of faith or hope here. That's why it's a risk. It's such a risk. What is coming? This could be your energy. I'm just around reading. What is coming towards pile 2? King of Wands just popped out in a very aggressive way, which is just like the King of Wands. You got Leo energy there. It can be an Aries or Sagittarius, fire sign. What's coming towards pile? Somebody may, and he's driving here, somebody may actually be coming towards you, actually driving towards you. Well, you got the Ace of Wands, but then you have the Page of Wands in reverse. My gosh, look at this fire. You have someone here that's coming in with some sort of plan. Remember, this could be you. Why is that Page of... Wait, hold on. Let's keep going. Let me get all the cards out. And I need to make this make sense. Right now in my head it doesn't. Holy cow, you got an Emperor. But then you have the Five of Wands. That's why it doesn't make sense. There's the confusion. This Emperor could be this high honor and this where the stress is coming from. Can be like someone you're having to face. It's Aries energy. This could also represent you, so take it how it resonates. There's different storylines that are here. The Three of Wands in reverse is at the bottom of the deck, so that could be like something not going your way or having to go back to something. This can be like you don't have a lot of high expectations here in someone or something. Okay, I have to get a drink of my coffee, guys. And I do apologize. I need to get a drink of coffee. It's funny, though, that I have to get a drink of coffee. It's that energy. It's the fire energy that's here. These are all wands. It's crazy. Besides this, which actually the Emperor is Aries, and that's fire too. So, yeah, they're all... Let's just go ahead and get the rest out. And I'm just going to tell y'all the story like it is completely. You know, all these mountains in the background, just like your card here. Tell me about that King of Wands for what is coming towards pile 2. The Hanged Man in reverse, Pisces energy. This is like getting the drive or motivation to get yourself out of a situation. Discovering or having the drive or motivation to get yourself out of a situation, or this could be someone coming towards you, right? Tell me about that Ace of Wands here. Oof. There's a lot of fiery passion energy here. You have the Devil now. Capricorn. This is a crazy Devil card, huh? There's this like obsessiveness or this... Okay, I say it like I see it, okay? Some of y'all, there may be a desire or there may be some kind of temptation here that you're falling into. There's some sort of a temptation of sorts that perhaps you could fall into. I don't know. Somebody may be coming towards y'all with not the best of intentions, okay? So they're very confident here that they can get themselves out of a situation with you, perhaps. This could also be you feeling confident that you can get yourself out of a situation or get yourself unstuck from a situation. You have some kind of an idea, but it's like maybe not the best of ideas as far as with that devil energy. It could like be something that is deceptive in some kind of way or something like that. Or this could just be like an obsessive thought that you want to play out or something here, okay? 2 scenarios, okay? Either this is you or this is what's coming towards you. And if it is, it will be someone. Why is that Page of Wands in the reverse? The 6 of Swords. This is something where someone is either like tired or no longer interested in something. Give me one more for that Page of Wands in the reverse, please. This is going to go 2 different ways. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. Okay. One way this can go, if this is your energy, this is you trying to be generous here in a situation or wanting someone else to be generous towards you, wanting someone else to have grace with you even. That can be like the 6 of Pentacles and this 6 of Swords that's here. Having grace or being easy on someone, you know, is something that's there. So you could be hoping someone else is this way, or this could be somebody coming towards you hoping that. That Page of Wands in reverse can be like maybe there's a fear of no interest in this, or a fear of someone not being forgiving or jealous. Not being forgiving or being compromising in some way. Like, tell me more about the Emperor, please. Tell me about this Emperor. The 9 of Wands. It's really difficult to kind of face the situation, I feel like. The Emperor is, you know, he's going to do things like by the book, the way they should be done. He's someone hard to face if if you're not on his best side. You know, it's that kind of feeling. This is somebody, okay, that you're having to has maybe some kind of authority in some way or something like that, or somebody that maybe is just difficult to face in some kind of way. You never kind of really know what you're going to get, and you know that someone can really be firm or strong when it comes to their beliefs or understanding of things. Someone that may even have that authority as well. So this is difficult to face, right? That 9 of Wands. It's difficult to do the right thing. It's difficult to be in that position. It's difficult to be on the other side of that. Why is that 5 of Wands here? The 7 of Cups. See, the background has the same kind of imagery as you see here, the colors and everything with the clouds. This is where the confusion steps in. This is about being emotionally confused. Could be about not knowing which direction to take. He is on I think he's on the tower, so that would be like the stability, or if you're looking at the tower in tarot, it would be like a change taking place, right? The 5 of Wands can be like give me one more for that. Differences, you know, conflict, tension. But that 7 of Cups is Two of Cups. There could be some kind of fear around another choice. This can also be like a contract. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. There's something to do with keeping someone stuck or in kind of an illusion about what has been invested or what the future could be. There's like fake future energy here, or just kind of not being, like having to fight for the choices that you made, you know, having to stand up for the choices that you made and why. And there's this contract around this. It's like facing repercussions. I can't say that, apparently. Okay, the sun just came out in reverse. Facing disappointments, facing... This is like trying to convince someone of being confused. Okay, so if this is someone coming towards you, this can be like you try to convince the other person. I guess it can go in both scenarios. But it's like you try to convince the other person here that there was some kind of confusion going on. And that could be why you've played something out in the way that you have. Because you were confused. This is also like being a disappointment. There's a want for compassion that's here. What's going to happen moving forward? The Four of Wands. Well, I mean, that's union. That's a foundation. It can be a reunion or coming together. Four of Wands energy. There's a stability here. The Fool in reverse, there's taking a risk. Give me one more. King of Cups in the reverse. Explain why that Four of Wands is here. The Seven of Swords in the reverse. This is making peace. There's this feeling of making peace with the closure or the ending, or how things are, or the situation. Like there's this feeling of that Seven of Swords is that deceptive kind of energy that's there that we talked about here. This is where closure or peace will come from. So whatever deception was here, which we did see earlier, whatever deception was here is going to be something that there's like resolution or peace, making peace with it. But with taking risk, I don't feel like that you'll actually take a risk here. And there may be some kind of emotional confusion as well around that. Let's see. Why is the Fool here in reverse? Yeah, there's the Tower. There's an unwillingness for someone to take a risk or take another risk. The Tower is here, so which we saw in that Seven of Cups. This is like, can be just like a awakening here of something being too risky or not having a lot of faith here in something. And so there's this Tower moment that takes place. This is like when, this is going to shake the foundation of what you believe. Or this is you know, in this position where you're causing this change or tower or this shift because you're choosing not to take some kind of risk. Why is that King of Cups in the reverse, or someone? This can also be being faced with foolish decisions, like the reality, like everything really hitting. The Two of Swords in reverse. Oh, this is a blockage in some way. Blocked from what? The Five of Pentacles. There's something to do with like being left out in the cold here. This can be like this is abandonment here. So not feeling good about this is how this goes. Whether that's somebody that's coming towards you, I don't know, somebody's getting a reality check here, okay? And I'm a true reader, guys. I'm going to read the cards like I see them. I'm not here to hurt anyone's feelings. These are life lessons. I can't do anything about that. I've been here. I think everybody has. But there's something to do with I can't say the word and it just drives me nuts. A reality check taking place here with someone. Whether that's someone that's coming towards you and they're getting that, or this is you in a situation and you're getting it. And it could be about a relationship and just seeing something for what it is and making a choice not to make a foolish decision, and leaving someone here out in the cold. For some of you, this is you, and there's something here you may have taken a risk on, and you're getting like a wake-up call that maybe that wasn't the best choice, and it's leading towards, it's like knocking you down in some kind of way. But I do feel like it's something as well that you managed to make it through. We have Temperance in reverse, yeah. So there is this kind of like disbelief that's here, that goes into play. And there's, maybe frustration or anger around this. This is something that's not in your hands at some point. Sagittarius energy's there. You have a Four of Pentacles here in the reverse. Yeah, not being in your hands, being out of your hands. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Card of freedom. And the Eight of Wands. You will get to a place to where you kind of, I don't know, it's a feeling of trying not to hold on to frustration and being upset here too tightly and needing to kind of just move on or quickly like shift gears. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. King and Queen of Cups. For some of y'all, if this is someone that's coming towards you and you choose not to participate here in this or take a risk here on this, then this is someone that I feel like there's this frustration that comes from this person and like this need or want to hold on to something. And I feel like there may be some kind of, there's a feeling of someone moving on so quickly or moving on. Yeah, shifting so quickly. And there's like this anger around it. Give me one more for that. Why is Cancer's there with the Queen of Cups, Six of Cups. Yeah, there's this feeling of history that's here, past the history that's here, and someone moving on so quickly. There's frustration around this. If this has to do just with you and this is your situation, then I feel like you're just in this place to where you're trying to release yourself from the anger, from the frustration, knowing that there's not anything that you can do in the situation. And you're trying to just move on quickly from this. Shift gears, and there may be someone that here is supporting you through this as well. Okay. You have a High Priestess here at the bottom of the deck. That's Pisces energy. So all of this is in the unknown. That's why you're here in this hopeful space, right? Hoping for some sort of turning point here. Hoping that someone will comply or that the situation will come together the way that it's meant to. But you are stressed here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. Let's get some advice. In this eclipse season that we're going through, all of basically some of our old selves are finally being completely dissolved or released. And there's a lot of awakenings and tower moments that are going on because there's a lot that's been hidden or in the dark that's being shown through this eclipse. Being discovered, shown. And it's just playing out, in like basically like consequences and facing judgment, facing heavy decisions, needing to move into a different direction or on the different path, doing things differently. Wounded healer, number 35. You're unlocking true and deep personal healing to help you navigate your way back to balance and elevate your life. Yeah, this is like something that's necessary. In advancement, in order to advance, in order for change. That's the number 5 there. You're about to level up. Prepare yourself to take the next step into your life and show the universe that you're ready. So whatever this kind of test that you're going through here, with what's coming towards you, whatever it is, I feel like whenever it's done and over here, and you're sitting in a certain place, you're going to start realizing that you can bounce back from this. This is like you start to get to where you mature or advance, and this is what I'm seeing in all the readings, guys. All the readings is this either leveling up or not, and it's like here there is this change that takes place that kind of is preparing you for this next stage here in life even. And you're ready for it. And this test is showing you that you're ready for something else. You're ready for something different. You're ready for change. New opportunities, number 3. So you do have mirroring numbers here. You have 35, 53. So you might look that up. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. What is the angel number 3553 mean? It means a twin flame connection related to love, peace, happiness, dedication, and positivity. I did not know that. As far as, I know there's different meanings behind all those too, so y'all don't believe in something like that. Just take it how it resonates, okay? It also says this number is also associated with significant shifts and transitions in your life, which can make you very satisfied and happy. It's about good beginnings with your partner, and it's a signal for your soul purpose to be fulfilled. So it doesn't matter here, and this is what we're seeing here, and I'll read this in a minute. This is pushing you in a whole new energy, a whole new space. It's shifting you, okay, into a place that's meant for you, that's better for you, that's part of your purpose. You're going to feel good in. It's just, this is uncomfortable. Okay, new opportunities. Better things are opening up for you. Leave the comfort zone behind and open your world to new possibilities with an open mind. So there you go. That's what's happening here. And for some of you, this is uncomfortable, but it's also like, it's kind of like justice is just playing out, and the scales are being balanced out for your highest good in order to catapult you into this new shift of energy. Some of y'all, you're happy about where you're starting from, and some of y'all, you're not so happy because it's not exactly where you wanted to be, but it's putting you in a place to where you can continue to level up and grow, okay? So a little different for everybody. So sometimes risk, we realize, actually, we don't want to take that risk. It's kind of like my card's all backwards here. It's kind of like you have the key to this opportunity, and whether or not you want to take that is up to you, and it depends on what you've been through already, what you've experienced, and what you've learned, and what this will teach you as well, What advice do you have for pole 2? Well, that landed right there on that, didn't it? It's the number 10, actually, number 37. Welcome abundance into your life. Prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that the source will heal your financial challenges. So for some of y'all, that's what you're worried about. We did see that here with that five of Pentacles here. That could be one of the reasons, like you feel off balance emotionally when it comes to making certain decisions because you don't feel like you have what you need. This is meant to help you, not hurt you. And I know that's hard to hear for some of you, depending on what this is. But it's going to lead you towards what's meant for you. And there's abundance here on the other side of this. You know, I always have the idea that Spirit would never take anything away without giving something in return. I don't know. It's just like a balanced give and take. We may take this away, but we'll give you this. But it's only there if you see it. You know, if you're so frustrated and upset because something didn't go your way, you're not seeing like there's a different opportunity that's better for you. Okay. Just not come in the form that you want or that you thought it would. I'm not a morning person. I am actually. I love morning, but someone here is not. Life's what you make it. Yep, that's basically what I was talking about. Focus on the good. You have a lot of charms. Go crazy, go stupid. I don't know if I'd recommend that. That might be something that if this is someone coming towards you, this could be something that you're dealing with or that you have to deal with, is someone might not handle this very well. Feeling good like I should. Okay, we have a Q, a J, an A, an H, a U, Q, another Q, an X. We have a W and an N, another X, a C, and a M. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave y'all right here. I definitely hope this helps. Definitely good luck to you guys. Thank you so much for being here and your love and support, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, Paul 3. So if you chose embracing, which I think I should said embrace in the intro, but embracing, and then this card. There's a lot going on in this card as far as the lights go. There's this reflective energy that's here. You have all these lines in the sky, like when a plane is there. I heard drawing the line somewhere in my head. Okay. I feel like this is kind of more the swampy energy here. But then this is very different looking on this side. Let me hold this up so y'all can see it. You have that white bird there, which always reminds me of purity. Pretty sure that's a crane, right? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm just guessing. Hey Siri, what does a crane look like? Yeah, that's a crane. I'm right. Okay. So this embracing that's here, it could be about embracing a reflection. Hey Siri, what does a crane symbolize in spirituality? Does that work? In spirituality, cranes symbolize transformation and balance between physical and spiritual worlds. They are also seen as a symbol of peace, longevity, and wisdom. Interesting. Okay. So embracing this idea of this transformation of peace, and then you have this reflection here. This could be about you reflecting about how maybe you've been in the swamps, you've been in like not the best of places, and you're reflecting more, you're looking, not really reflecting, more so reflecting on what you've experienced, and now you're looking towards the future here when it comes to peace or transformation. I don't know, there's something to do with this being a challenge in front of you. And then you have the moon here as well. So an emotional challenge in front of you. Seeing in the future that you're going to have some kind of emotional challenge. Okay, what's coming towards you? So what we're going to do is I have some oracle cards, and this is how I'm going to start doing this because I realize my readings are so long. This really saves some time. So I'm going to speed up the video, and I'm going to go ahead and shuffle all the oracles out that I have for y'all. And I will see y'all in just a second. Okay guys, so here we go. Okay, so we have this one here we're going to start with. We have guard, defend, protect, and guarantee. Look at these cards. See the colors, contrast, the orange color. That orange is the sacral chakra. Could be important here for some reason. It has to do with where your passion is, has to do with your creativity, being healthy here as well, being optimistic. Okay, I'm going to take all that into consideration. We'll see if it comes out again. You also have the bell, which is a warning card. It's about call, warn, wake up, or signal. Then you have conformity here with the number 5. This is actually the Hierophant in the tarot. This is the Visions of Life tarot, and this is a tarot deck. So this is the Hierophant here. Taurus energy, which is very much so feeling like this energy here, this loyal lab. With the, you know, you always see the like family dog as a lab, or used to be. Used to be known as a good family dog. That Taurusy energy's there, so family could be important here. You also have compassion. I can't get off of this idea here of this priest playing the devil. You know? We'll see if that rings any bells when we get to it. Okay, what else? We have bad health, number 21, or 31, but 21 could be important, I guess. No mistakes. 21 is the World in tarot with bad health, number 31. Bad health always makes me feel of something that is out of your control, and something that also you have to kind of deal with. You need to take care of, you know. This compassion that's here. This is always funny to me too, because he's just telling him what he should be doing. You know what you should do in order to get out of your position here. You need to listen to me. I'm telling you this and that. And that guy's looking at his words going, those aren't helping me. That's not helping me. This is actually the 6 of Pentacles in the tarot. So you may be getting a lot of advice about something, but you feel like it's not going to help you, or it's not helping you in this situation. Compassion. Okay, so what am I really seeing as far as what's coming towards you here? So I feel like that there's something here you're needing to protect, and it has to do with some kind of belief or morals or values. Getting advice about something is something that's here as well. There's this a wake-up call that's here. This is what I keep thinking, this wake-up and this bell. There's something here, guys, that you may be being aware that something's not good for you. And you're needing to protect yourself here from this, whatever this is. Like something's not good for you here. That's why I'm getting this bad health here with compassion. You may be listening to someone or something, or there's someone that's not, this is not helping you, you know. This could be some kind of belief that you have about yourself. It may have to do with needing to guard or protect yourself here in some way. That's interesting. Okay. I feel like you're getting some kind of a wake-up call here around something that is not good for you. And for some of you, this may be something that's medical. I don't know. I don't do medical readings. This is tarot. I would never say base any of your life choices off of tarot. But we're talking about what's coming towards you. Some kind of a wake-up call. Okay. So something not being good for you. And this could be like you still being like compassionate here, but there may be someone else here that's not understanding this. Oh, weird. That's weird. Okay. My finger right here. For some reason, I don't know why. Just felt like I had touched something that burned my finger. It felt hot. Like putting your finger on it. I can't quite put my finger on it. Touching something or getting burned here in some way. Okay, I'm gonna store that and we're gonna keep going. This is the what is it? The Starlight Tarot. I always feel like I get the name of some of these decks wrong, but I have a lot. What is the Starlight Tarot? Right? Yes. Starlight Tarot. Starlight. The star is like in the middle of the Hermit energy, which is that Virgo energy that's coming in again. Boy, it's strong. That's the eclipse that we're fixing to have as I'm filming this. But there's a star in the lamp, you know, for that Hermit card. And that's about your purpose, you know, that doing some deep soul searching here about your purpose, about what it is that you believe. There's something to do with what you feel like is true or what you believe. Some kind of advice or someone else, or something that somebody's given you or something I feel like is useless. I don't know, you're getting a wake-up call of some sorts. You're needing to protect or guard yourself here. But someone may be here that doesn't quite understand this. Okay, tell me about this. What is coming towards pile 3? This is something you're having to embrace. 2 of Wands in reverse can be like something not going the way that you wanted or you planned. The Ace of Swords is new information that you're getting or receiving. Breakthrough here, that wake-up call. You have the 8 of Cups of needing to walk away from something. The 9 of Swords, something that you've been afraid of, something that you're like, there's something here that you've been worried about, you've been afraid of, you've been thinking about, or something that's causing this that you're needing to detach from. But I think you're concerned about this, or this could be someone else that's concerned. You have 10 swords there. This could be someone concerned about an ending. You could be worried about this as well. This is just like anxiety. You see something clearly that you're having to walk away from something that you feel like no longer serves you. It's not useful to you in some way. It's not giving to you in some way. You know it's not the right decision or path to go on. But you're having a lot of anxiety around this. Yeah, the 5 of Pentacles. I think you're worried about leaving someone out in the cold, or this could be about being left out in the cold in some way. Worried about being abandoned, or you're worried that, you know, you've lacked something, you haven't been paying attention to something, or you've not been giving something the attention that it needs. Why is that 2 of Wands in the reverse? You have a 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. This is like something you know you can't commit to. You know it's not gonna... Yeah, you know this is not going to play out in the best way, or you broke a commitment, or you know you can't commit to something here, or somebody else won't. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I just moved these down. For what reason did I do that for? I have no idea. I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to keep it there. Huh. I was just talking, just channeling along, and then... Why did I do that? That totally makes sense, though. This is your fear and anxiety. Here's this 5 of Pentacles. You're needing to get more information. Okay. You're having to walk away because of some sort of truth. You're having to protect yourself here because of some sort of truth. A bad health is when something happens that's out of your control, but you know it's not good for you. And so you're getting this wake-up call, or this alarm is going off here. When it comes to conformity, and your belief that you have in this situation. There may be just somebody here that you don't, it's not useful. Like whatever they're telling you, it's just like empty words. There's no words there. But whatever this truth is, it's like you're looking at it going, I know this is not the path for me. I know I don't need to listen to these people or this or commit to something here. I need to walk away from this. I need to get more advice. I need to go in a different direction. I need to see, like, I have the truth here, and I need to walk away. But I am worried and nervous about leaving something out in the cold, or leaving someone behind, or missing or forgetting something. 6 of Wands, moving to a calmer place. In order for things to get better, you're having to move to a calmer place. There's really a lot of fear here about being left out in the cold or leaving someone out in the cold. Knight of Wands in the reverse is a scattered energy, so it's like quickly trying to transition or get past something. Quickly trying to move away from a situation. Something happening quickly, or maybe even out of your hands against your will. 7 of Pentacles is here. It's about trying to be patient here. Giving something some time, needing to be patient. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Patiently waiting for something to go through here. This could be like a tangible something, like, I don't know, whatever this is. It's like you're waiting for, let's just keep going. Well, you're waiting for something to come through here, and you're trying to be patient. What does this have to do with? Tell me more about that 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, with that 2 of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles. I don't think this is the path that you want to choose, but you're loyal to it. You have to be loyal to it. You have to kind of move in this direction. And being patient is really important. Eight of Cups, Ace of Swords, 8 of Wands. 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands, Ace of Swords. Whatever this, you're walking away from some sort of reality, you know, truth, reality, information. This changes things very quickly for you. Like everything changes at this point, and you may find that it changes very suddenly or quickly. Like needing to hurry and quickly like move away or move out of something. Like this can be like a particular day or time or something like that where you're looking at it going, okay, this needs to happen fast. Tell me about that 9 of Swords with that 5 of Pentacles. You have a Knight of Swords here. Yeah, I just got done talking about that. Needing to move through something fast. And it's because you don't want to leave someone out in the cold, or you don't want to get left out in the cold here. Why is that 6 of Swords with that Knight of Wands here? The King of Cups in reverse, Scorpio energy. That 6 of Swords is moving. I don't think that you're not very comfortable here with the situation and how you're like, there's a very scattered energy here about, this could be somebody else that's here too. Could be this person, I'm not sure. Scorpio energy. But this is about feeling imbalanced, you know, emotionally here, because you're all over the place. You don't really know what to do. All you know is that you need to get out of this situation, or you need to move, transition, get to a calmer place. Why is that Ace of Pentacles here in reverse with that 7 of Pentacles? The 10 of Wands. This is having to kind of be patient and sit with something, and like having to kind of take responsibility, or having to carry the responsibility here. And so you're having to be patient here with the potential, like this is about, you feel like this huge burden, and you're trying to be patient here, but something hasn't shown up or unfolded or come to fruition, or maybe perhaps for some of you may have lost some kind of opportunity that's here, but it's like you feel the weight of it. And you're having to kind of sit in this place, and it's very heavy. You're trying to be patient, but it is a very heavy energy. You feel burdened or weighed down by this. What's going to happen here moving forward for pile 2 about this? So you're having to embrace, be careful of this, 9 of Cups. Hold on. Ace of Cups is here. There's 10 Cups. What's going to happen here moving forward? The 7 of Wands. Tell me about this 9 of Cups. The 4 of Cups. Sometimes this can be like just not wanting to deal with the feelings. And so there's a little bit of indulgence that goes on here. Not wanting to feel the feelings, and so you kind of indulge in some way. But this can also be like having a hard time being genuinely happy, or like, having a hard time being happy, I guess, for certain things because of what's going on. This would be like when your mind is just kind of stuck on what you want or what you need, and what you need, like emotionally. Like there's just like this mindset of, maybe even past energy. I don't know. It's just like a very stuck feeling of thinking about shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And that Ace of Cups is there. What is the Ace of Cups? The 5 of Wands in the reverse. There's this feeling here of moving on to something new. This is this embracing energy here that we see. It takes a while to get to this point though, but this is kind of like where you're basically saying, this is what it is. Despite the love that you had here, despite the, opportunity that you have, this is about kind of realizing that it is what it is. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas could be all day long, but it's happening in this particular way, and it's this way it's meant to be. And it's like finally putting down your wand and no longer trying to fight for something, or fight against it at least. This could even be going your separate ways here. Why is that 7 of Wands there then? The 10 of Cups. This can be like protecting family, or fighting for the family, protecting family. Give me one more for that. Queen of Cups in the reverse. It's like finding the fight for what's most important here. Like fighting your courage and your strength to fight off something because you're focused on family, or you're focused on what's really important here. But for some of y'all, this can be like holding back with that Queen of Cups in reverse. Holding back your emotions with this, and like what's for the greater good, That's interesting. If this is someone else, because you have that King of Cups here and the Queen of Cups, they're both in reverse though. This feels like it's just embracing and accepting a situation for what it is. Like there is a realization, I feel like, for you that you can't change anything. You don't feel like you have a lot of power in the situation. You don't feel like you can change maybe the situation or someone's mind or something like that. And I think that you're kind of having to face the reality of something not going the way that you anticipated. And I think at the end of it, you're kind of just protecting, for some of you, this is like protecting family. Why is that Queen of Cups in the reverse? Look at that, 10 of Pentacles. More family. There's still this lion, could mean something, but there's still this line, like we talked about here, crossing the line. So there's this idea here of, there's just a certain point that you don't want to get to or you don't want to cross. And you're thinking about here what's most important in the situation. And you have this fulfillment, emotional fulfillment here, and this stability that's here, the potential. And it's like you're needing to protect or guard this. Even if there's someone here that may be, tell me more about that. The Page of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Wow. Ouch. Even if there's someone here that something's very like 10, 10, 10. That's a completion of a cycle, maybe a huge karmic cycle. There's something here about feeling remorseful. Something that does cause pain, that is coming to some kind of end. Feeling remorseful about this. There's this apologetic energy that's here around that Ten of Swords. But there's also like this understanding and this want to protect what's important. Okay. You have the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom, which is working on yourself, making progress, putting in the effort here. You have a Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands with that King of Pentacles. This is like putting in the effort here and feeling good about what could happen from the situation, or feeling stable and good about where you are. So what we're seeing here is, as you go through this, whatever this is, this process, I feel like you get somewhere here. I feel like you do grow from this. I feel like you're able, like there's this effort that's being put in that results in a feeling of feeling stable. So you will get to that stable feeling, that stable place from whatever you're experiencing here. But there's this emphasis here on you are someone just protecting what's important to you. And wanting someone else to have compassion or understand that is here as well for some of you. And there's a battle of beliefs, I feel like, here for some of you as well. Beliefs of a situation and what's possible could be something that's here as well. Okay. Interesting. I have no idea if this made sense. Because I feel like as I'm reading, sometimes when I'm channeling, if there's a bunch of different types of scenarios that this could play out in, whether that's love, life, career or something like that, it's like all that stuff comes through at like the same time, and I have to try to like jumble it and make it make sense, because I get different scenarios, if that makes sense. So please remember, only take what resonates in these readings, because they're general, and so they're trying to accommodate different storylines. All I'm really doing is bringing you the energy of what's coming through and the way it's coming through in the timeline. What advice do you have here? New light. Number 19, which is that sun and Leo energy. See, the sun here is coming out. There's new light that's going to be shown. This is shifting into in a different way. It says someone or something in your life needs to be seen in a different light. Observe things you may have missed. There's something here you may have missed about someone, or this could even be about yourself, and you're needing to pay more attention or look at it more closely, or someone else is. And it's bringing this new understanding to the table. This is something you're moving on from, okay? It's a sudden shift. There it is. Bottom of the deck says no rush. Yeah, we feel that here. needing to be patient. I don't think this is something that's going to play out overnight. Yes, you'll get through this. You'll get somewhere. You're going to feel grounded, but it's definitely something that's going to take some time. Initially, it's going to feel very quick and very sudden. But you have this, your current reality is shifting towards something very different from what you have anticipated. It will be for your highest good. And then we have number 27, which is also the number 9. So you may have been seeing 999 a lot. That's definitely representing you nearing a completion and processing what you've learned. No rush. Put your heart into it. Don't rush. There are valuable lessons along the way that will prepare you for the future. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's just like, allow yourself, like give yourself the time that you need to work through that. Because this is a big shift, I think, that you're going to go through. It's either your beliefs and what's really important has to do with your stability. Okay. And what you want to protect here. What advice do you have for pile 3? Oh, one of the other piles got this card. I like seeing it. It says, number 37, welcome abundance into your life. You have to see anything can be abundant for us, right? And you just have to see it as that. You know, it's just like your pets. Are they a burden or a blessing? I mean, it depends on how you're seeing it. And that plays a big role in like how things unfold in your life. But we have prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that source will heal your financial challenges. Number 37, which is also 10. So I do feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with like your stability, and that this will come, you know, healing of your stability will happen here. But there's a lesson that you're going through this process before you get to that point. Otherwise, when you get it, you're not going to see it as a blessing. You're not going to see it as abundant. You're needing to learn this here. Okay. Pray from the heart, number 23, which is 5, which is about that change. Prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. So if you haven't, this would be something that you could be doing at this time to kind of, you know, help guide you through this transformation, through this belief system. Surely that's not just now the care flight. I've been waiting to hear it. It's been way too long for that sucker to get over here. I wonder where it was coming from. Sorry, my neighbor down the street is having to be care flighted, and I've been waiting to hear it, and I hope that it did take that long for him to get him here. Anyways, that just really threw me off. That's just really threw me completely off. But we were talking about praying from the heart. This is like when you really say to yourself, you don't have like in a situation that you know is like not in your control, like bad health. Sometimes those things aren't in our control, you know. It's like basically sitting back and saying from your heart, please, whatever's for my highest good, allowing it to unfold or happen in that way. You know, it's just asking for balance, asking for healthy balance is a part of that. Boy, that really threw me off. Really threw me off here, guys. Okay, you only have one charm. I'm very anxious to see what it says. If you never try, you never know. So some of y'all, you may have took some kind of a risk here. You may have went in a certain direction and took some kind of a risk, and maybe it didn't play out in the way that you wanted it to. And this is kind of like saying, you know, well, if you don't ever try, you're never going to know. So it's, you know, some things just don't play out for us in life. We have N, but whatever this is, it's definitely pushed you into a healthy new beginning. I feel like in this, you just can't see it yet. It's there though. It's there. We have N, H, G, N, O, M, or W, B, R, F, K, and X, and X. Okay, guys. So I'm going to leave you right here. And thank y'all so much for being here. Thanks for all your love and support and kindness, of course. I hope this helps. Good luck to you guys, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, Pile 4. So if you chose Diligence, now for the members reading that I did over there, this card came out as well. I think it was in Pile 3, if I remember right. Anyways, so the reason I said that is because, actually, let me just look real quick if that is Pile 3 before I open my mouth and say this. Yeah, it was Pile 3. So what I was going to say is, if this is Pile 4 now, for some of you, if you remember and you were reading that pile, this could be some sort of a level up, or you're advancing in some kind of way. You're going from 3 to the 4. Okay, so finding your footing or finding some sense of stability could be something that's here. Maybe you're waiting for something, and that's something that's coming in, and that's what's coming towards you. Okay, so soaring above the clouds, and seeing these fields that are very abundant, right? That harvest coming to fruition there. Okay, with that bird there being black and white, it's almost like a feeling of not understanding something completely, but trying to rise above it and look at the bigger picture, as far as growth or being grateful or abundant. Yeah, it's like you're trying to be higher than the conflict here in some way, seeing what the foundation really consists of. So, okay, what we're going to do is something a little different from what I've been doing, because I've discovered that this really does speed up things, and if y'all know me well, I have long readings, so I'm hoping this will kind of just at least take a few minutes off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle through all these and pull some oracles, and I'm going to speed the video up as I do that. So I will see y'all in just 1 second. Okay, guys, so we're going to start with the answer oracles first, and what is coming towards y'all. So we have gossip, okay, rising above it. Yeah, that makes total sense. Rumors, speculation, and slander. And then you have, oh, somebody coming over, and that makes me want to drink my coffee. I'm so sorry. It was hot. It was hotter than I thought it was going to be. This could be some kind of gossip that you hear is like unexpected or more than what you wanted to know. You know, it's that kind of feeling. So we have redemption here. Okay, so this may be somebody. You're trying to, oh man, these readings. Okay, so for those of y'all that don't know, we're in eclipse season right now. We're fixing to have Virgo, new moon and eclipse. And there's this just like understanding and analyzing that's going on here with that Virgo energy, and it's just really strong. It's really strong. But there are these feelings of a turning point, changing something. So I feel like I can already tell you, for some of you, this is about, diligence. This is about you persevering and having patience with yourself or with the situation, as far as soaring above the conflict or soaring above the slanders, the gossip, whatever this is. Maybe a little different for some of you. This may have to do with someone, but you're trying to not fall into all that, not dive into all that. Take the high road here. with redemption being there, hope, miracle, and turning point. You also have destiny, the wheel of fortune. So this really changes things. This could be someone as well that's trying to redeem themselves. And then you have motivation here. So what's really motivating you or motivating the other person is important. This is the $10 bill that you see he's like grasping for. 10 is here with the Wheel of Fortune. 10 is a number of completion, a cycle closing out. And then you also have number 16, which is the Tower, and with thoughts. Okay. No wonder. I know now. All these tarot decks have been fitting with the readings so well. And I forgot to look at pile 3, but pile 1 and 2 really fit with it. The back of the card, the way that the deck that it was, it just either looked like it a lot, just fit with it really well. And I didn't plan on that. It's funny how it happens, though. This is called the Doodle Tarot. And it just reminds me of this gossip, and you'll see why, because it's got things written all over it here. But that 6 of Swords is there. It's about getting to a calmer place. I think you're trying to move away from something. I think you will too. I think that this is going to be some kind of turning point. This is an opportunity to kind of do something for the greater good of all, I guess. Could be like that, or there's just this wake-up call that's here. Needing to redeem yourself or someone else or just the situation and move on from it. Motivation is closure here. That's what I see with that number 10 being there. For some of you, it could have to do with a financial motivation for some of you. Something that's financially motivating you. Oh boy, okay. This could have to just simply do with some kind of stability. Okay. That number, that 16 with thoughts. This is what you're thinking. You're thinking that this could bring some kind of chaos, or it's a very unpredictable situation. This can be allowing things to unfold naturally and not participating, perhaps, as well. It's like looking at a situation and saying, okay, I'm going to go this route, this far, but I'm not going to participate in any of this. And so what's coming towards you, I think that there is this turning point here with the wheel of something moving in a good direction. This motivation's what's stumping me. Why is that? The 2 of Wands and Death. Because it's about, and I don't take reversals in this deck, by the way. Death is Scorpio energy. That motivation is about this. Making a choice to stay or go. And then that change or transformation or a new chapter. It's almost like someone's trying to motivate someone into taking a certain path. Or this could be maybe an ending here in a certain direction could be motivating someone to take a certain path. Okay, this is where we need the tarot. We need to get the details. What's coming towards you? What's coming towards? This is fated, like fated to happen, bound to happen. There's this feeling of 3:05 is on the clock there. $3:05. Tell me about this. This is the Doodle Tarot that we're using. I know I already said that, but let me give it one more shuffle. Tell me about this. Tell me about this for pile 4. You have the devil. That's what I'm afraid of. What's your motivation here in this? Or somebody's? I think you're aware of this, though. I don't think that this is something that's hidden from you. So whether you're being motivated by the devil or someone else is, or this is something you're questioning, like what's your motivation here? Especially, like, you know, someone comes towards you wanting to redeem themselves from something. You definitely are going to look at that person and say, okay, but what's the motivation here behind this? This could be also what you're thinking about. If you are coming towards someone else, it could be like, well, they're going to think that I'm motivated for a negative reason because of what's already been done. You know, it's that kind of feeling. This is facing also a situation and not wanting to kind of go there. If that makes sense. The devil's Capricorn energy. Tell me more about what's coming towards pile 4. The 2 of Pentacles. There's a decision here on the table. You have the 9 of Swords, being worried or afraid. You have that 6 of Wands. Something coming out into the open, or being in the spotlight. The Queen of Swords. Okay, so you may be motivated by finances, or motivated by some kind of sense of stability or security there. This is what's motivating you. I'm going to say it as first person, guys. So, but this could also be somebody around you. So just keep that in mind. It's easier for me to focus on that one energy. And I think this is, I wanted to say problematic. I don't know. I don't think I've ever said that word before. Hardly ever. So I don't know where that came from. But anyway, I feel like this is like hoping for the best, right? And you go into a situation and you already feel this devil energy. So you already feel somewhat or another trapped when it comes to someone making a decision. There's a lot of fear and worry around this, and especially a focus on something being confronted with something being in the spotlight. And it could have to do with this gossip energy, rumors, speculation, and slanders. There's fear around this. Someone's coming to you afraid of this right here. What's going to be highlighted? And that Queen of Swords is someone that wants to have a conversation, or someone where you need to put your thinking cap on. You know, this is about problem solving here, Libra energy, trying to balance the situation out. But I think there's fear around whoever this is, this Queen of Swords. Tell me about the devil. You have, yeah, there it is. There it is. The 7 of Swords is sneaky behavior, okay? This is like, also, it could just be the need to be strategic. Just, if this is somebody coming towards you, I would definitely be in a guarded space, because this could be someone that maybe doesn't have the best of intentions. They're not motivated by the best of things. So just keep that in the back of your mind, what's motivating this person. I do feel like there's something here they're afraid of being kind of out, just being spoken or in the spotlight in some way with that 6 of Wands. 2 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles. This is a decision to work on something, a decision about a job, a decision about making progress or moving on past something, putting an effort here into something. This could be a partnership. This could be a contract or relationship. Making a decision around this. Tell me about the 9 of Swords. The Ace of Swords. So you're worried about, or someone here is worried about the truth, worried about the decision. Tell me about the 6 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles. There's a reliance that's here. There's a want to be successful, but there's a reliance that here, and I think this is going to be what's like either long-term potential, something to do with The Ten of Pentacles could be what someone's also motivated by, like recognizing that someone is wanting to be successful here because of a Ten of Pentacles. So whatever it is that they can really ultimately gain from the situation. This is like somebody that's like trying to figure out what they can really gain from the situation. This is also like wanting to be successful because you see something as being very important or valuable to you. But I think the fear of someone is coming in and this being in the spotlight in some way. Why? The Seven of Cups. Because of the choices that were made. This could be with someone's beliefs or morals or values, what their foundation is in some kind of way, and other options. If this has to do with work, it could be that, I guess it could be a relationship as well. But this could be like wanting to be successful because seeing someone is like there's other options, there's other choices, or perhaps even other opportunities that are here. Pick and choose, you know? Okay, let's keep going. This can be like someone that's very emotionally confused about what they believe in within themselves, what's important or valuable to them. Queen of Swords, like this is going to be what's in the spotlight here, okay? Queen of Swords, Six of Cups. So there is this reconciliation or this apology or this reunion or family, or this can just be about someone that has compassion or care for another, like they can relate in some way. Maybe in as far as a lesson goes, there's just compassion or empathy that's here. The Tower. There's the Tower. Okay. There is redemption here. I mean, this is a turning point. This is something that, like, there is this process of moving on, reconciliation, you know, like making sense of something and moving on from something. The Tower, there is this understanding, though, of a truth here that has changed someone's belief of the past. Like it's destroyed or it's changed how someone sees the other, perhaps. And there's a truth or reality here about this. Like this is saying everything that I once thought was, or that I have memories of, has kind of been destroyed or disrupted here by this. This is like completely starting over. But there's compassion and empathy here. So either this is someone seeing you in this place and having empathy for you, or this is someone that's having this sense of a realization about you. This can be like somebody that's wanting attention. Somebody that just, what they value is the attention that they get, no matter where they get it from, with that Seven of Cups. What's this? Hold on. Just a second. So 2 storylines. I have to go through this. If this has to do with work or something like that, then I feel like this is definitely having to do with a situation where something is being in the spotlight about somebody's foundation or stability and different choices or options around that. This is somebody having empathy here, wanting to understand, possibly giving advice, being realistic, or helping be that problem solver, okay? The other way I'm seeing this is that this is somebody maybe you've been in some kind of relationship with, could be a friend, lover, anybody, and you're getting, like, this is someone that's very stressed out about the truth of a situation, or about what the truth is about what's been heard or said or done, or what someone else believes. And there's this fear around this coming out of the shadows, into the spotlight, and the someone wanting to understand when it comes to perhaps someone else wanting attention, or the choices that were made, or someone putting the other person in a place where they felt like they were in some kind of illusion, where something wasn't reality, you know? This is kind of being in the spotlight. Someone's worried about this. And the other person here, there's this explanation here, this understanding how whatever that is has disrupted or completely changed the past for them and how they see the past. But there's still, despite that, this sense of empathy or understanding that's here. It's a lot to do with the understanding that they have about the situation and about the reality for themselves. And it has altered the way they see someone else. Okay. Does that make sense? What's going to happen here moving forward? What's going to happen here moving forward? I just had to take a real deep breath for some reason. That makes me nervous. Let's give these a quick shuffle. I just saw judgment in reverse. There's that nervousness. There is nervousness here about going into this, about what's going to happen. Having to face this. There's also this feeling, though, of diligence, you know, and rising above it that's here. It's just not an easy situation to confront. Okay, what's going to happen here? How's this going to play out? Y'all have free will. This could change, but I want to see, as far as right now, in these energies, how this is going to play out. What's going to happen here? Okay, the Fool's just popped out of the deck. That's Aries energy. So that's a new beginning, a new journey, new beginning. Look at there, Justice. Facing judgment here, the truth, exposure, a new beginning. Taking a risk, the Five of Cups. Unwelcome change. That's something that's really sticking out to me. That really perfectly describes that Five of Cups too here. I do feel like the scales are being balanced in whatever way they need to, but I do feel like it may be a change that isn't exactly what you wanted to see. But I do feel like it's something that's necessary. This may be an unwelcome change that's taking place here. Death. It's something that's going to change or transform. For some of you, this is a connection that's changing or evolving or transforming into something else. It's like you may be kind of rising above this, or, you know, wiping the slate clean here with that full energy, starting over. Let's just start over. Let's just wipe the slate clean. And do the right thing now, or just be fair moving forward. Be careful about how we interact or do things here moving forward. This could be somebody trying to help get you back on a clean slate or the right path. But I feel like there's some changes here of this either connection or the situation that you're going to experience or go through that they're not exactly welcome changes. There is some kind of loss or despair that goes on here because of the change that's taking place itself. So it's like being able to start over, have a clean slate, and the scales being balanced, but it's not exactly what you wanted. But it does lead to something new. It's like something evolves or definitely transforms into something different. Tell me about the Fool for what's going to happen here moving forward. The Eight of Wands, this is a quick change. If this is someone, there may be like this back and forth communication, and you may feel like it's a new beginning or feel like that relief or like going back to something innocent. You know, it's that feeling. It's the feeling of that's there. You may feel like that changes quickly, or you feel like you're making progress here. Tell me about Justice. Ace of Pentacles here with Justice. So that's that new opportunity. Starting again. Starting back from square one. Now you have the idea of, okay, now we're back in the fair place, right? We're back on the fair field. We're back in the place to where everything's zeroed out. And here we are. And now we have a new beginning here. We have an Ace of Pentacles. We have an opportunity to plant a new seed. What's that going to look like? That Five of Cups, tell me about that. I think it's not going to be... Okay. You have a King of Swords, an Ace of Cups, and the Sun. For some of you, you may have been hoping for a new romantic cycle to bring in some positivity. And I don't feel like that comes in the way that you want. I feel like there's a disappointment around this. It's like it doesn't get off the ground, or it doesn't start up in the way that you actually desired or wanted it to. For others of you, if this is like outside of love, I feel like there's something going on here where you're having to be disciplined to yourself. And for some of you, it's like, this is kind of weird to say, but it's kind of like having to love yourself through a situation, having to support yourself through something, because I feel like it's not something that you really intended for it to be, or how you intended or wanted for it to be. Same thing. Leo energy's here and Aquarius is down here. But this is also a feeling of believing that you can get past this is something that's here. Being smart, being logical, you know, your head over heart here. But I think for some of you, if this was like a relationship, this is a loss. This is like something you feel like you fall into this place where you see all this as an opportunity to like start again or balance. Now that we're in a good place and we're balanced, we can have this fresh new start. But that seed that's being planted is not the seed that you wanted. It's like you wanted an Ace of Cups, but you're getting an Ace of Pentacles. And you understand and see why, and that's the change that's taking place. For others of you, if this is like the same thing, if this is like a career or life experience in some way, it's like you get that opportunity to start over, and now the scales are balanced again. But there are some issues and things that you run into where you have to be very diligent. You have to be very self-disciplined here and having patience with yourself going through this experience, because I feel like it may be something new. It's like having to learn to love something. That's what that feels like. Death. I'm losing my voice. We have the 8. We have the Strength, Leo, with death being there. So yeah, having to be strong when it comes to these changes, having to be brave. See the Lion, having to have that internal strength and be fearless here. Also, this is about patience as this unfolds. Oh, so sorry. Having patience with yourself as you're going through these changes is something that's big here. What's that? 4 of Swords. There's going to be some kind of realization, or wait. What was I trying to say? It wouldn't come out. There's going to be some sort of reevaluation. That's what I was wanting to say. That's going to take place here. 2 of Wands. Okay. So here's the thing here. In the future of this, I think you're going to go through a period of loss, but, you know, having to think about something logically and like learn to love what has transpired or where you are, right? Because there's changes that are here, and you're just needing to be strong when it comes to these changes unfolding and playing out. Big changes, right? Big changes. Somewhere down the line, you are going to get to a place to where there is this reevaluation that takes place here. And I think this depends on diligence. And now you have the rainbow right there on diligence. That's awesome. I think this depends on you and how much effort and perseverance and, you know, how much you actually put into something, how you're paving the road, how you're building something. What does it look like? How much of that are you putting into yourself or the situation the way that you want? You know, it's like accepting something for what it is. And then at some point down the line, there's this reevaluation that takes place, and maybe a different path is taken. In the world. Four of Swords. This is a card of success, right? This is like everything coming together, it all making sense. Somewhere down the line, I feel like there will be this reevaluation too that takes place in a different path, in a different direction of something. So there's a closing out of some sort of chapter eventually. And Temperance is here. Yeah, find meaning. The World. The Five of Pentacles. This is kind of awesome. And I don't know why, but this makes me want to cry. Because it's somewhere down the line, let's just be honest, something doesn't go the way you want it to. It's not the right energy, it's not equal, it doesn't add up in the right way. And you're set on in a different direction, on a different path. And that path that you take, it's still meaningful, but it's not exactly what you wanted. But you are remaining strong and have patience with yourself through the transformation and go through that acceptance of it. What happens is, after that, it leads you to this place of where there's some kind of a reevaluation of things. It gives you the time to kind of look at it in a different way, in a different mindset, and kind of reevaluate what has occurred, what has happened, especially when it comes to this equality, this back and forth or giving energy. And for some of you, this is like something that you continue to put effort into, to give to. And I think it really plays out here for you for the best, because I think you take a direction and you realize, like, you really find the meaning, you really find the understanding of why everything happened the way that it did. Now it just makes sense to you. And you're gonna land in a stronger position than you would have been before, or than you've ever have been. Okay? It's gonna put you in a place where you're stronger, in a stronger position. And this is what you're making sense of. It's like, if this would have went any other way, I probably wouldn't have learned that lesson. I probably wouldn't have been where I am now. I understand. And I'm thankful, even for experiencing what I did, because boy, it did make me so much stronger in the position that I'm in now. Okay, there's going to be an understanding here too, of like maybe why or how you felt left out in the cold, or leaving someone else out in the cold, or something to do with that. Like, there's just understanding here about it. The Seven of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, which is about your harvest. We talked about it here. Your hard work paying off, and what that really entails. Putting in effort, and how important that actually is. Sticking to that routine. And it's so funny, because it's consistency is key. That's such an important statement. If you do something consistently, it really becomes something very valuable, or it's so giving to us, but we have to have that consistency. And this may have something to do with putting in the effort and consistency that will really pay off for you in the end. But it's like a lesson on perseverance, right, and diligence. Interesting. Okay, so things are changing here for you. And it may not unfold exactly like you're anticipating, but in the end, you're going to understand it. It's going to make sense, and it's going to be like, boy, the Chariot. The Knight of Pentacles. Yep. Work for what you want. This is about getting yourself out of a situation, or getting yourself having a structured plan, overcoming some challenges here, and investing in what's important. What advice do you have for... Okay. Came out fast. Fighting for what you want. Number 63, clash of opinions. We're going to go back to this here, okay? Because I feel like this is the concern, or this is the worry or fear, or whatever this is. It's like you and someone else not being on the same page, or you have a clash of opinions here. It says, Ego is keeping you in the state of opposition. Set back, detach, and rise above any petty setbacks that arise. Rise above it is something that I kept saying over there. So whatever's fighting against you here, this is this understanding of just rising above the conflict of the situation. Not letting your ego kind of play the biggest part here or get in the way is important. Joyful times, number 71. A celebration is coming up, a wedding, proposal, a birthday, or an achievement will be a wonderful time in your life. So there's something here that's coming in or coming up that's going to, you're going to get a lot of joy from, if somebody needed to know that. 771 is here, so this is when this new beginning is going to occur or take place, okay? This is when this is going to happen, I feel. There's something to do with the celebration here, okay? Whatever that is. Maybe you get a proposal to something, invitation, or there's some kind of achievement or award that's coming in. This could be a birthday. This could be a wedding. This could be some kind of celebration, okay? Joyful time. And I think that that's when this may come in some way, and things may shift from there, and not prepared is at the bottom. I think this is the biggest fear, is that you're not prepared, or someone here feels not prepared. You're navigating a tricky situation. Create or reconsider your game plan before moving forward. Number 26. Interesting. Okay. All right. What advice do you have for pile 4? Let it go. Let it go. Yep, this is what we're talking about, letting it go. Not letting your ego get the best of you here, and this is important, because I do feel like that you and someone else could be, that y'all have a clash of opinions here. And not letting your ego get the best of you here, and just enjoying the bigger picture of whatever this is important. So important. Let it go. Number 18. 18 is about the moon. The moon is about fears and illusions and worry and stress and all of those fun things. This situation no longer serves you. Allow me to sever the energetic connection to the past. That was that. So you can embrace the future. Boy, my, if that is not fitting for y'all's reading. Perfect. Yeah. Facing your fear is really big. That's that devil that just popped out in the beginning. Facing your fear, making a choice, facing it. And or having to face it, right? Okay. So we have the feet. Look, if not now, then when? Yeah. We have the little feet. So starting, to me, this is like they're about moving in a good direction, you know, feeling good about the direction that you're moving into. Then you have love is never wasted. So yeah, we saw that there. There's something here I don't feel like that works out the way exactly that you want it to, but I feel like that's just an indicator here that love is never wasted. Don't, you know, if not now, then when? It's okay to take chances. We need to in life. We have X, Z, H, J, and a K. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you right here, so hopefully this helps. Definitely good luck to you with this. I feel like I need to get one more, actually. I can't help with that feeling. I feel like if I ignore that feeling, I'll regret it. That might mean something to somebody, but let's see. I don't know why I want to say this either, but I have to. I feel like there's so much fear here. And I feel like you don't need to be afraid of something or someone. I want to say it's like, I don't know why I'm getting this feeling, guys, but it's like my grandmother, and this is going to let me cry. Why? I don't know. It's about disappointment. The fear has to do something with someone being disappointed or disappointment. Ugh, it's just tearing me up now all of a sudden. I don't know why. I don't hope she's not disappointed in me for anything. She's not here anymore, so she knows everything, I'm sure. But there's this feeling of like going to someone that you admire, you have admiration for, you feel a certain way about, and then that person feeling disappointed in you and that feeling of that weight, on you. There's something here to do with, you may be on the other side of this even, but there's something here to do with like, you don't need to be afraid, Okay, what advice do you have for, okay, it came out, almost bent the card. What is your body telling you right now? Okay, our body speaks to us. Through physical pain or discomfort, our body sends messages to us to look deeper, more deeply. See the trapped emotions, the lurking fears, and the beliefs that limit you. Listen to your physical body, and you will be led to the source of your pain. It's time to get your healing on. Get the book by Heal Your Body by Louise L. Hay, who's made these cards, and find the answers towards which your body, wait, what? And find the answers towards which your body is guiding you. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I just paused so long on that, but there you go. So here you go, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for all your, I just saw a 4141 on the timer, so that might mean something to somebody. Hey, Siri, what does the spiritual meaning of 4141? She says, it's associated with spiritual awakenings. When it appears significance that you're about to embark on a journey of self-discovery, deepening your spiritual connections and deepening your spiritual connections and understandings. Good night, have mercy. I need to go take a nap, guys. But hopefully that helps. Yeah, that's what we're seeing here. So good luck to you guys with this. Thank you so much for your love and support and kindness, of course. Hope to see you soon.